Eudaemonia. It sounds like a secret club for enlightened people, doesn't it? In reality, it just means that you found the cheat code to life. I'll give you a little hint. It begins with the word self and ends in awareness. Hey guys, I'm the metaphysician. Let's get weird. Eudaemonia is more than just happiness. It's a state of profound well-being that arises when we align with our authentic selves. It's about living a life that resonates with purpose, meaning, and the fulfillment of our highest potentials in all aspects of being: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. At the intersection of metaphysics and ethics, you will find a daemon, not to be confused with the Judeo-Christian demon. The daemon bridges the gap between humanity and the divine. The concept comes from Greek tradition, which defined it as the highest source of inspiration and creativity. It is where imagination becomes tangible, where you find your peak. Aristotle believed that eudaemonia is attained through the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues, when practiced consistently, lead to a life of flourishing and well-being. Daemon is a symbol of virtue and wisdom, the most enlightened essence of human beings, the place where your potential resides. In Plato's metaphysics, he believes that they interpret and carried over to the gods things from men, and to men things from the gods, from the one prayers and sacrifices, and from the other orders and rewards for sacrifice. It fills the space between both and thus binds the all to itself. Socrates claimed to have a daemon that was frequently warning him in the form of a voice against mistakes, but never told him what to do. This was his intuition. For the Egyptians, this equated to what they would refer to as a soul, a combination of three separate aspects: the Ba, soul or personality; Ka, life force; and Ak, spirit. So is this enticing force only available to thinking men in togas? The answer is, we all have a potential eudaemonia within. You just have to follow the prompts. For Carl Jung, daemon was a synonym for the part of the unconscious concerned with life purpose, and it speaks through intuition and dreams. The ego's task is transforming the autonomous power of the daemon into authentic expression in life, bringing emotional balance to our lives. James Hillman says, "The soul of each of us is given a unique daemon before we are born, and it has selected an image or pattern that we live on earth. This soul companion, the daemon, guides us here. In the process of arrival, however, we forget all that took place and believe we come empty into this world. The daemon remembers what is in your image and belongs to your pattern, and therefore your daemon is the carrier of your destiny." Not only is your daemon responsible for orchestrating your creativity, it's also responsible for making sure that you fulfill your purpose, leading you to the land of milk and honey. So it seems that this one-man show has got it all handled. What exactly is your role in all of this? Your role is to be still and harmonize. Be in tune with your inner world and learn to recognize the voice of truth within you. The more you recognize this voice, the easier it will be for you to follow the direction and the prompts that come from within. These prompts are divinely orchestrated as you enter into the realm of flow. In this two-part video, I will share some tips on strengthening your discernment through emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual principle. Recognize that health is a complex interplay of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual factors. By addressing the entirety of your individualized well-being, You promote a more profound and lasting state of health and vitality. You are made of a human vehicle, the person experiencing this video, a soul, the mind, will, and emotion, and spirit, the cosmic intelligence within you. Each aspect of you has distinct needs, desires, a personality, if you will. Each aspect of you must be introduced to you as you begin to know yourself on a very real basis. Now let's take a dive into the realm of the psyche as we get ready to meet the id, ego, and superego. Due to your multidimensionality, you are currently experiencing many realities beyond your limited human perception. Now let's touch base on the main three for the sake of this timeline. The id is your third dimensional extension. This is the skin suit enslaved to the arousal of the senses. This is the animal, primal, instinctive side of you. You might know it better as the flesh, who seems to only seek out sinful desires and impulses. This is the side of you that no one really likes. And if you were a little more self-aware, you probably wouldn't like yourself so much either, Jack. According to Wikipedia, Freud describes the id as the greatest reservoir of libido, the energy of desire, usually conceived as sexual in nature, the life instincts that are constantly seeking a renewal of life. He later also postulated a death drive which seeks to quote-unquote lead organic life back into the inanimate state. So this is what Paul meant when he says, "Who will rescue me from this body that is subject to death? Thanks be to God who delivers me through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then I myself in my mind am a slave to God's law, but in my sinful nature a slave to the law of sin." A Bible verse? I know, but bear with me. It seems as if the author of this verse is conflicted, torn, a little exasperated, almost as if he's between two realities. He is caught in between two aspects of his being, his animal nature, sinful, unruly, pleasure-driven, and the state of the Christ consciousness, which represents the spirit within, God, the universe. And then there is Paul, the author. He's the mediator between both realities, between both realms, between both polar opposites, and is this mediator that gets to decide what side he's gonna channel. We see all these references of our conscious, the little angel and devil on our shoulder, good and evil. They're just metaphors for the duality that is happening within you. You see, this is the only realm that there is no more oneness. This realm is driven by too many people leading with their id. This is literal hell, a separation from the ultimate reality, death from the truth. This is where it's all about me, where my needs come before you, no matter what, where I am just surviving, where I can barely make a living, where I carry so much hate, anger, grief, and resentment that I don't even recognize myself anymore. And in this inverted world with the darkness surrounding us, there is also the other side of the spectrum, the superego, the superconscious mind, the spirit, the higher self. This is the all-knowing, immortal breath of God within you, cosmic consciousness, the paradise, the Eden, the Eudaemonia. This is the aspect of you that is unmovable, unshakable, unbreakable, the human spirit. It knows that the constructs of this world are illusions, and it does not fret because it knows the ultimate reality, for it is the ultimate reality that lives within you. This aspect of you sees through the distortions and the illusions and the smoke and mirrors that happen within your mind, and through the distortions of this mundane reality. And of course, caught in the middle is the soul, or the ego. This is the mind, the will, and the emotions. This is also known as the fourth dimension, or the astral realm, or astral plane. Now, the astral body carries within its magnetic field all the past experiences, emotions, memories, and traumas that you have yet to resolve. This is why sometimes your sadness, your grief, your illnesses, and your void cannot be filled with anything in this material world, because your need is deeper. It stems from your soul. You see, you must heal your mind. You must renew your mind. You must adapt the consciousness of Christ, of love, power, and a sound mind. You must also heal your emotions. Because your emotions are energetically charged and there is weight to your emotions, and because energy is neither created or destroyed, this means that you do carry within you unprocessed emotions and trauma. And because they have nowhere else to go, they can only transform within you. Now, when your subconscious brings these suppressed memories and feelings and emotions to the surface, it's because it's time to heal. And your responsibility is to heal the soul, gain mastery over the id, and live in the spirit. The soul is the aspect of you that decides whether or not it's going to fall into repetitive patterns, the cycle of sin, missing the mark, failing to progress, or if you move into the higher state of being, your higher self, the integrated super being, both human and divine. No wonder Jesus said the kingdom is within. The man was not kidding. So if it is the purpose of the daemon to reveal truth and guide humans toward bettering their lives, my question is, are you listening? Thank you for tuning into my channel. Stay tuned as we continue to dive deeper into this phenomenon you're so casually carrying around. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.